Hello, Greater Milwaukee Synod family. My name is Reverend Jonathan Barker. I serve here as the pastor at Grace Lutheran Church in Kenosha, where we have Grace People's Pantry, our Infant Moses Diaper Program, and our L'Arche Mosaic program for adults with and without developmental disabilities. And my pronouns are he, him. This past year, we started a new tradition at Grace Lutheran Church. During the blessing, I one week invited each person to make the sign of blessing, which is kind of like this. And the sign of blessing is a reference back to Acts 13, verse 3, where the church in Antioch lays their hands as a form of blessing on Paul and Barnabas as they get sent out on their first great missionary journey. And so one week I invited each of our church family members to make the sign of blessing and say the words with me, as not only I offered a blessing for everybody, but each one of us blessed one another, hoping that one another would experience God's presence and God's gifts in the days and the weeks ahead. Well, it only took about less than a week for people to realize that this is a very nice gesture of laying hands on one's shoulder, but it just so happens that you can also physically actually lay your hands on people's shoulders if they consent. And so the following week, rather than do that, most of the folks here at Grace were able to put hands on one another's shoulders. And by the third week, that's what pretty much everybody was doing. And it's been an amazing way for our church family to offer blessings to one another, for our church family to come together in many hard times. There was one week where somebody living outside joined us, and they were going through all sorts of crises and needed both confession and needed help. And we were able to lay our hands on this person during the blessing, and it was a source of great encouragement. And of course, we didn't only offer spoken blessings, but were able to bless this person with some clothing and with food from our Grace People's Pantry supplies that day. And it's not only people in economic distress or crisis or housing distress, but also we've been able to very powerfully offer blessings to people who have loved ones or themselves are going through some sort of medical emergency. And it's also been a way for us to bless each other in some difficult times. There have been some times after council meetings where there has been some maybe conflict, or you might even say arguments, where the following Sunday we were able to offer God's blessing to one another. And it's just been a really powerful way to symbolize and express what we hope to be about here at Grace. We hope to be a place that offers blessings to our community, to our neighbors. And I offer a blessing to each one of you. May God be deeply present to each one of you this Lenten season, and may God give you what you need in this season. Amen.